Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexxx and today I'm going to talk about how and why I became a reseller. I've been doing this for about excuse me. I've been doing this for about 8 years now. Here's my eBay store. I do pay for like a monthly oh my goodness, excuse me. I do pay for like a monthly subscription on eBay to have a store. It's like an online store, but I have like about 1,800 items on there right now, and it's called Live Life Lovely 11. I will link it down below if you want to check it out. And on my Poshmark I have about 1,200 active listings right now. On Poshmark it shows you like all the listings, so even though it might say like a bigger number than I actually have like active. Yeah, it says 1,700 listings on my Poshmark. Here it is. And I have a picture of when I had really short hair after my divorce. So I look so fucking cute. I look like a little bottom, like a little femme. I love it. It's so androgynous. But anyways, so yeah, I've been doing this for quite a while, but I only recently got my storage unit. And I had help with that, thankfully. But yeah, I have a storage unit. I started off with a small storage unit, and now I have a bigger one, like a whole, like it's almost like a bedroom size storage unit, and that's how I'm able to keep my inventory growing. It's pretty full now, so I'm being more picky. Early on, when I started going to the Goodwill outlet, which is the bins, it's the most affordable way to start reselling is the bins, in my opinion, in my humble opinion of doing this for 8 years now, especially now that their stores are raising their prices, and we're gonna get to that. I know there's been a lot of backlash to for resellers as to why they're raising their prices like it's our fault, but I disagree, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I think having a storage unit is a great idea if you want to start growing it, if you don't have the space to store things. When I first started, I was using like closets. I was married at the time, like I said. I think I was in a townhouse at the time, but we did not have a garage. So if you have a garage, that's a great way to that's a great place to a little ASMR. But yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, even if you don't have like a lot of space, you can definitely use like whatever you have in your own closet to start reselling. I still remember the first item I sold. I didn't pay anything for it. I think my dad gave it to me. It was a baby blanket that he found. He found it at work. He handed it to me because at the time I had young babies. I have 2 children, by the way. And yeah, so that was the first blanket. It was a baby blanket that I sold. I forgot what it even was called. It was a brand. It sold for like $20 or $25, and that is my very first sale on eBay. So that was amazing. Definitely you can sell baby things. You can look it up. It's very easy to look things up on eBay and Poshmark, but mostly on eBay because it shows you what's listed and what has sold. So you want to compare those numbers. You want to make sure that the solds are very high compared to the listings. You don't want there to be like 2,000 listed and 2 sold. That's not good. You want it to be like 900 sold and like 500 listed. But you know, it's up to you how you want to run your business and what you want to do. Of course, I personally prefer the Goodwill outlet, like I said, because it's so affordable. I have some inventory right here that I'm going to do a video on next. It's all Goodwill bins. I have to drive out of my city to go to the Goodwill bins, so you have to account for that time. And the Goodwill bins is kind of like a dirty place. I feel like most common people would not want to go to the bins because it's like dirty, it's ghetto, it's cheap. You know, and a lot of people have this complex of like, I'm too good for that. I'm not one of those people. I wear used clothing. I wash it before I use it. I have no problem with it. But I know the majority of people are in this different mentality. But if they will shop from me like on Poshmark or eBay, I already did the dirty work. I searched for the items, and you know, I think that's something to keep in mind when we are selling to be compensated for our time and our effort, you know, because not everybody could do this. Trust me, if they could, they would, but it's not for everybody. It's something that I do enjoy as well, even though it can be mentally tiring at the Goodwill bins, because you have to have knowledge. I've been doing this for almost 9 years, so I do have some knowledge, even though I'm still learning. I definitely am still learning, but I have an eye for like what to look for now, as like when it comes to like style. Some things are style pickups. I mean, things are style pickups, like this item I'm gonna use as an example. Sorry, my words are like stupid right now. Are we in Mercury retrograde period? Yes, we are. All right, but that's this was a pickup that I got because it's beautiful. It's vintage or Y2K. Y2K is very in right now, so you probably already know that if you're a reseller. So the brand didn't really matter to me. It's just a very beautiful midi dress. It's got neutrals, so it'd be good for any skin tone. Excuse me. It has sequins. It has a lace overlay. It has a cow neckline, and the brand is called Midnight Velvet, which doesn't really matter. I never heard of it. Of course, I did look it up. I ran comps or whatever, but yeah, I think that was a style-based pickup, okay? Not because of the brand. Let's see if I can find something that's like a good brand. Okay, here's something that's kind of okay. This is bread and butter. It's not like amazing. This is an Adidas skirt. It's very pink, which is in as well, the color pink. But the reason oh no, it's not a skirt, sorry, it's shorts. The reason I got this was because it's new with tags from the Goodwill outlet, which is awesome. This retailed for $65. Member price is $59, so whatever that means, right? So I probably will get like maybe 30 or 40 for these. We'll see. They might sell during summertime. Also, it's a great size. It's a size 14. And yeah, it's just a solid pink. It's a very bright, like Barbie pink. Let me see if I can find something even better. I have a few shoes here as well, and belts, or at least one belt and one necklace. Okay, here we have some Tory Burch shoes that I always pick up at the bins unless they're like really damaged. I actually recently sold a pair of Tory Burch flats that had a missing insole lining that I threw up on eBay on auction, and they sold for $15, and I got them at the Goodwill bin, so I probably paid for like $1 or $2, which is great for me. That's fine, I don't mind. Here's the logo, and it's just an espadrille. We have both of them here, and it's a canvas. This one also might sell in the summer, but Tory Burch is something I still pick up, especially in shoes. You want to look out for their sandals. I have the big logo. I recently sold one of those. I think it's called the Miller sandal. It sold for $96 used, which is amazing. And all right, I'm not gonna show you anymore because I don't want this video to be too long. But yeah, those are just like examples of what you can find at the bins if you're there for like a few hours and you're like going through everything. I think my least favorite part about doing having my own business pretty much is keeping up with the numbers. I'm not that good at that. I'm still learning to keep up with the numbers. I have to like do that, like how much I spend on inventory and all of that. I know that I'm doing well because I can pay my bills with it, but I definitely need to do better. Another thing that I really don't like is shipping. Shipping is very hard for me physically, actually, because I have bins that are like 18-gallon bins. If you watch some of my vlogs, I think I vlogged my storage unit, and my bins are quite big. Some of them are heavier than others depending on what's in them. Some of them have hard goods. Like the shoe bins are really heavy, so I've actually hurt my back a couple of times, my lower back, from probably because I didn't stretch. I need to stretch more. So you could be doing some heavy lifting once you have a storage unit and bins, depending on what size you get. I know there's another YouTuber on here called Carly something, and she has smaller boxes, so which is smart. She also has like a bigger space, and she has like way bigger sales, bigger numbers than I do, because she's like a full-time reseller, and I'm a single parent right now, so I have a lot. I'm juggling quite a lot of stuff from day-to-day things, so I think I'm more like part-time-ish, even though this is my full income. This is my main income source. I mean, main income. And yeah, I think it's getting better. It's growing, which is good. It's not decreasing. Definitely growing, which is great. And yeah, I would love to have some help. There's also some YouTubers that have boyfriends that help them and stuff like that. The first YouTuber, I still remember the first one that I started watching and taught me a lot of information, was Nicole State, and she doesn't really do that many videos anymore. She's gotten a lot of backlash, which I stay out of. I don't really care to get into any drama, but she had very good informative videos when she first started, like 8 years ago or 9 years ago or 10 years ago. I don't know when she started, but for me it's been almost 9 years, I think. I was trying to see when my eBay had started. Let me see if I can find it. Alright, also this eBay store that I have right now is actually my second created eBay store. I had another one from 2015 that I ended up closing after my divorce because I had to get rid of a lot of inventory and like size down, because I was moving out of where I had my inventory, out of the home I was in at the time. And yeah, so this one is actually my second one. That's why it says 2017, but I had another one from like 2 years before that when I actually started. So yeah, 2015 or 2016, one of those summers is when I started. I think in 2015 maybe. Trying to remember if it was before or after I had my daughter. Who cares? Anyway, it doesn't really matter, I guess. But yeah, this is my second eBay store that I created. I think I was trying to separate like baby clothes from like a grown-up clothes. Now I just do it all together. I have categories on eBay, so it's not that difficult to like have it all in one. I have home decor, I have kitchen needs. I love home decor. So yeah, my eBay, this second eBay store was created April 21st, 2017. And you can see it right there, I think. I know I'm using lighting because I have bad lighting in my room. And then my Poshmark is from December 30th, 2017. So same year. I think probably that's when I got my... No, that's not when I got my storage, because I divorced in 2019. Trying to like figure it out in my head right now as I go. Sorry. But yeah. So yeah. Like I said, my eBay and my Poshmark will be linked down below. If you want to check it out or buy anything, use my code for Poshmark. It's my store name, Mad Energy 11, and you get $10 credit to shop anyone's store. I don't get anything until you actually purchase and get the item delivered to you. So yeah, I don't make anything unless you make a purchase. So yeah, thank you if you do use that code and purchase something, especially if it's from my closet. Thank you, I appreciate you so much. I'm actually trying to save money right now and like boost my income because I want to move out of here. I'm in my brother's house still, and it's been like years. I think I've been here like 3 or 4 years. I lost track. I'm super bad with numbers, like I said. So I think I've been here 3 years. After my divorce, I was with my mother. Sorry, I'm gonna go off on a little tangent. This definitely affected my business growth. But before the divorce, I was buying things for my children, like clothing from online stores, especially my daughter. Yes, so I was reselling before I had my daughter. Must have been 2015 then, because she was born 2016. And so yeah, I was buying things for them because, you know, my ex-husband was paying pretty much all the bills. Yeah. And even when he lost his job, I was able to help him because I had savings through my sales. And even though he was never really supportive over my reselling, he didn't think I would sell anything. He was actually shocked when I did. I still helped him when he lost his job. So yeah. Don't let anybody stop you. A lot of people don't believe that you can achieve something because they don't believe they can achieve it. They're just negative people, so don't listen to anybody. And you know, that's one of the reasons why he's my ex-husband. You know, I'm actually a very positive person most of the time. I do get frustrated like anybody else, obviously, but yeah, I do believe in myself. I believe people are good in general. So yeah, nothing has made me bitter, so I'm okay. Like, I'm not bitter about any of that. I'm just saying, like, facts are facts. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I stayed with my mother, and they ended up closing my first eBay store. It was not a store at the time because I didn't have enough inventory. I had like probably like 200 items, and I ended up going through them as I was moving my stuff out, and like I had to get a storage unit for my own personal things. I couldn't afford to get a storage unit for my inventory at the time. So yeah, it was very messy. It was very hard. One of the hardest things I've ever done was go through that divorce. And yeah, so yeah, I moved in with my mother, and I think I was going to the library to do shipping. So because I still had some items up on the second eBay store, and I was still doing shipping. It was very little. It was like maybe once or twice a week. Yeah, it was very little. But I was still gonna do it because I didn't have any other source of income. And so yeah, my mother was the first one to help me. I will never forget that. She never asked me for anything. She supported my decision to divorce and separate and all of that. I'm not gonna get into that, why I divorced or anything like that, because I already did a video on that. But yeah, it was hard for me. It was not an easy decision. It's something that took me years to do. I did not do it lightly. It was not just like, oh, I'm not happy, I'm gonna get out of here. It took me years. Yeah, years to get out of something I was not happy in. So yeah, I don't know, I guess somebody has to hear that because I just had to say that. So I hope that you will do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, this is your life. You are the main character. I'm the main character in my life, period. And I don't care what anybody thinks anymore. And that is what has stopped me, for so long it stopped me from doing decisions that I knew were best for me. I made a lot of mistakes, but I've learned from those mistakes in my youth as a teenager. You know, I made a lot of mistakes. Because I say that mistakes because I wasn't making the choices that I actually wanted to make. I was making choices that other people wanted me to do. So when I started reselling, it was a big deal for me because the person closest to me that I thought was closest to me didn't support me. Like, he didn't believe in it. He didn't believe in me. But yeah, you can do it. You can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So let's get into the people who hate on resellers and they blame us for stores like Goodwill and Salvation Army raising their prices. Everybody is raising their prices. Everything has gone up, which is completely unfair since the income has not gone up. There's many videos you can look up that information, how we're being robbed pretty much. Not just on taxes, for every fucking thing, sorry. The people are pretty much being robbed, not just on taxes and every little thing that we buy, but like even online we get taxed. We get taxed online now, which is pretty hard. You know, not only are we paying fees to eBay and Poshmark, but we're also paying to the government as well. And that's just so ridiculous to me because we don't get to choose where the money goes, you know, which is unfair. There shouldn't be any homeless people since we're paying taxes. We're paying so much for everything, literally everything, the cars, and it needs to change. Something needs to change. But yeah, I think the reason why thrift stores are raising their prices, even though their inventory is free, all the things they have are free unless they choose to buy something out because they have the money for it, because they're a big business. I'm small. I'm like a one person trying to pay my bills. I am paying my bills. You know, feed my child. Like, I don't understand why people hate on the individual, the small business, instead of corporate greed. To me, it doesn't make sense, you know. But I keep seeing comments on like bigger resellers, especially on like Instagram and like short videos where people just don't really think, or maybe they're like really young and their brain is not fully developed, and they just write like, you're the reason why they raise their prices. No, because they get their stuff for free. They chose to raise their prices to compete with a single parent, to compete with a guy who is trying to pay for his college. Like at the Goodwill bins, there's a lot of young guys that are college age, and I feel like if they're reselling, that's honorable. That's a great way to make money. You know, it's better than dealing drugs. It's better than stealing. They're paying taxes, trust me. we're getting charged too. We're paying for our inventory, we're paying for gas, some of us, our time, dirty places, digging through dirty places, and there's still so much left over after we leave. We're only looking for quality items. I used to be very bad at the bin, so I made a few mistakes with like getting things that were like not great for resale, but because it was so cheap, I ended up getting it. So I have been going through a declutter in my inventory, and I just take it to the shelter. Take it to the shelter if you have clothing, because there are so many people in need and homeless people, and I feel like homeless people or people in need are not going into Goodwill, Salvation Army to look for Gucci or this and that. They're looking for necessities, okay, like basics. They don't care about brand names. They don't care about brand names. Don't even argue with me. You can't tell me that they care, because they don't. If you're living on the street, you don't care what fucking brand it is. You care that it fits. You care that it's warm or fresh or clean enough for you to live in it. So they try to make an excuse as like, thrift stores are for people who are in need, and I'm in need. I'm a single parent. I'm in need, okay? I'm that person. I shop for myself secondhand as well, as long as retail. Like, I do online shop, I'm not gonna lie, but like, I love shopping secondhand, and you can't stop me from shopping secondhand, okay? So yeah, it's for people who are in need as well. But like I said, a family of 6 is not gonna care about the brand. They care if it fits their child. Because I have shopped for my child as well at the secondhand. That's all that matters. It's cute. It fits my child. You know, like, that's all that matters. So I think if they were to be honest, people who are haters and hating on resellers, the honest truth would be that they don't want a reseller to go into their thrift store that they go to and take items that they could have bought for themselves. Yeah, I think that's an honest truth, because that is what makes sense to me as an adult with a fully developed brain. Like, they're actually mad that they won't find these items if a reseller goes into their local thrift store. Doesn't that make sense? I feel like people always trying to like play like the, oh, but what about them, but what about them? If you really care about them, you would understand that they don't care about brands. You would, because if you don't understand that, then you've never had to shop secondhand. So why are you even talking? If you think that people in need, people who don't have enough, would care that a reseller is taking Gucci, Lululemon, you think they really care? No, only you care, because you don't want them to take those things from you when you go to the thrift store, if you happen to go to the thrift store, you know, with your friend, because you think it's cool and hip. Okay, like, I'm so tired of them lying and trying to act like good people when they're not being realistic, you know? Like, don't hate on the small business owner who's just trying to make ends meet and trying to feed their child or themselves or their dog or their cat. Like, this is corporate greed, okay? They don't have to raise the prices. They're competing with us. They chose to compete with us. They have free will, just like me and you. Okay, this is greed. This is greed, and it's affecting all the world. Yeah, it is. It's just a whole world problem. So anyway, like I said, I do this for a living. So I don't take it personally. Like I said, I know what people are really mad about. They want to find the good things, and they don't want the resellers to go into their stores and take it, you know. But there's enough for everybody. There's always new things coming in. There's a lot of waste on this planet, so I totally support everybody to go thrifting. Take your shot. You might find something amazing. Probably if you go consistently, you will definitely find something amazing. It doesn't matter how many resellers are out there. I find great things at the Goodwill bins even after they go through the bins. You know, there's people looking for different things. They're not all looking for the things you want. So yeah, like, take your shot. Shop secondhand. It's good for the planet. Shop eBay, shop Poshmark secondhand. My links are down below. Help me move out of here. Just kidding. But yes, if you want to, go ahead. But you don't have to, of course. You have free will, and I support your free will to do whatever the freak makes you happy and whatever helps you prosper and have abundance in your life, because there's enough for everybody. I don't believe there's lack. There is no lack. That is a lie. There is no lack. That is a lie. Anything that is based on fear is a lie. Okay, it's a lie. It's low vibrational. So we have to elevate our thinking in order to find better things, not just at thrift stores, but in our life in general. Okay, so I know I'm getting a little motivational here, but this is what I believe in, and it's something that's new to me, so I just want to share it with you. And yeah, this is it. This is all I'm gonna talk about in the video. I know I've gone on a bunch of different tangents, but those are the reasons why I started reselling. It's because I have children, and then because I had to support myself, and I have worked, one last thing, I have worked a regular job because I had no experience. I worked at a pizza place for like almost a year. It was horrible. Let me tell you, it was horrible. You have to go in when you're sick. What I love about working for myself is that I get to relax when I need to. When my body is really tired or sick, I get to relax. I take it slow. But I still do my best to ship things out on time. But yeah, it's just, I love working for myself and not having to deal with co-workers that throw things at you or like rude to you, looking at your butt, getting harassed at work, you know. It's just so much better. But I have worked a hard job. That was hard too, because they had like bags of flour that I had to pick up, and it was so heavy. And now I'm doing it with my own inventory, which is better in my opinion. So yeah, I'm even making more now than I did when I was working at that pizza place, because that was only part-time. But even though I asked for more hours, the manager, she did not like me. But anyway, that's the end of the video for real now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and like topic videos, give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions or ideas for another topic video. I'm definitely open to hearing them. And remember to be the main character, elevate your thinking, and teach your children, if you have children, to be the main character and to think for themselves, and to stop being haters. And to, yeah, if you're the main character, you're not a hater, because you're not looking at them, looking at what they're doing. You know, the haters are not main characters. So let's just get that straight. If you're a hater, you're not a main character, you're a side character. I'm teaching my daughter this right now. Be the main character, because she's so sweet. She's a little Pisces. She's adorable. She's very sensitive. So she needs to thicken up that skin, and I'm teaching her right now, like, you need to focus on yourself, be the main character, be a leader, you know, and be with people who respect you, not with people who make you feel like crap. And that's something I'm also learning myself as I go through this life journey. But anyway, that's long enough. Thank you so much for watching again. I'll see you in the next video, maybe. If you subscribe and hit the bell notification. Thank you so much. I love you. Love yourself. Later.